Hey friends, welcome to another episode of Generation Tech. My name is Ben. Now in our last video, Alan ranked Star Wars ships by their maximum sublight speed. We are now going to look at the maximum speed of Star Wars ground vehicles. We start our journey with the Sandcrawler, which is truly the snail of Star Wars ground vehicles. Well, okay, not that snail. Maybe I should be comparing it to a sloth.
2, 9,
THD03.
T.
That's better. God, the DMV. Anyway, these Sandcrawlers had a top speed of 18 miles per hour, and that makes sense because it's essentially a building on wheels. The Sandcrawler, which was originally called the Digger Crawler, was manufactured by the Corellian Mining Corporation and was brought to Tatooine by Corellian miners. But the plan backfired and they left the planet, leaving all their mining equipment, including the crawlers, there. The local Jawas then occupied the crawlers and used them to roam the planet's surface looking for scrap to sell. These crawlers were incredibly stable in order to withstand the dust storms on Tatooine. They were powered by nuclear fusion reactors, so basically ran forever. Now we have the AT-AT Walker that moves at a whopping speed of 37 miles per hour. They were used in the attack on Hoth and were one of the most recognizable symbols of Imperial power. Along with the Star Destroyer and TIE Fighter, they struck terror into the hearts of rebel scum. They were also good at always starting in cold weather. The AT-ATs in The Empire Strikes Back were animated using stop-motion photography, and their movements were based off the movements of an elephant. The First Order also used an upgraded version of the AT-AT, the all-terrain Mega Caliber 6. I assume that this vehicle is probably a little bit faster than the original AT-AT since it's the latest version, but right now there are no speed statistics available. While the original AT-AT was modeled on the movements of an elephant, the Mega Caliber 6 moves like a gorilla. Another vehicle with a similar speed to the AT-AT Walker was the NR-N99 Persuader class Droid Enforcer. And it was also capable of 37 miles an hour traveling on water as well as land. And this thing with its little headlights looking kind of like eyes really did look like a snail. I guess that's the feature of the prequels. Things were more comical?
Mr. called Jar Jar Binks. Mr. Your humble servant.
That won't be necessary.
Next, back to walkers, and we have the faster AT-ST, which appeared in Return of the Jedi. You know, that episode of Care Bears that also for some reason featured Star Wars characters. This thing could top out at 55 miles an hour. They used them on Hoth too. Look at it go! Now for the A6 Juggernaut, which was insanely fast for its size. This 160-foot long 10-wheel tank could travel at a speed of 100 miles per hour. I guess you could say it was the Mercedes G-Wagon of Imperial ground vehicles. It's all about having as many wheels as possible, man. Now let's really shift it up a gear with the TSMEU-6 personal wheel bike. This was originally designed as an all-terrain military reconnaissance vehicle. It had a top speed of 205 miles per hour and little retractable legs to help it get over rugged terrain, which had a top speed of 6 miles per hour. This is the bike used by General Grievous to try to escape from Obi-Wan at the end of Revenge of the Sith. It was also used by the Men in Black to chase Boris the Animal. Now for probably the fastest ground vehicle used by the Empire in the original trilogy, the Z-Force speeder bike. This thing went at 300 miles per hour and provided stormtroopers with hours of fun as well as several viral GoPro videos. Now for Bloodfin, Darth Maul's personal Sith speeder in The Phantom Menace. This thing had a top speed of 400 miles per hour and had a special wait mode which allowed it to slow down just enough for the rider to jump off and try and kidnap the Chosen One before speeding off again. Now for the fastest of the fast, pod racers. Anakin's pod racer had a top speed of 588 miles per hour. But before you run down to your local pod racer dealership and make a down payment on one, just remember these things were death traps. Just lastly, in The Last Jedi, we see the V4XD ski speeder on Crate. These speeders were originally sold for asteroid slalom races, but were adapted by the Resistance for use on Crate. Currently, there are no statistics for its top speed, but I'm guessing maybe it would be similar to pod racers, since it was a racing vehicle in the first place. Well, that's it, guys. The top speeds of Star Wars ground vehicles ranked from slow to fast. Which one's your favorite? Leave your comments below. As always, if you're new, please subscribe, give this video a like. And if you're watching this, you are Generation Tech.